Alright, so we've started the next campaign Flashpoints, starting with Yang Vertanen saying it's one hell of a rough ride and his stomach is still doing somersaults. We're basically out in pirate slash non-colonized space looking after some lead. Some shady character sent us, and, in the story up to this point, basically our company is running on empty and taking anything we can get. So we've been promised a big payout, and let's see what comes from it. So, Sue Meyer, it's because those crazy bastards used a pirate point to get us here, on the jump point center, well, network, I guess. If we suffered a misjump, well, could be irreparably mangled. Okay, so let's see. Save your concern for the job ahead. Stoke complaints and pay attention. Okay, so we're looking for a downed ship called the Sharia, which is in the middle of a pirate stronghold. So the ship, the stronghold, and everything around it belongs to a self-styled bandit queen called Grimm's Sybil. Her gang is the closest thing that Xylus has to a ruling council. And we're going to go in and, well, smash it entirely. Okay, strong anti-air cover, little by way of ground-based defenses, a lot of vehicles, but light battle mech activity. Alright, let's keep going. So we're going to have to jump in outside it. Massive stack of seabills waiting for us. And let's see, that's good enough for me. Okay, so we're into, looks like a somewhat glitched battle mech selection screen, which is a little bit unfortunate. Hopefully we can still get the mechs that we need. Let's see. Yes, so in order to make things a bit more challenging, I was hoping to run a significantly lighter lance than we did this past time. So what we're going to be doing is putting Bombsquad in a hunchback that's been outfitted basically as a ballistic boat. We have a rotary AC-2 and a clan Gauss rifle and nothing else. We're going to be bringing, I think, let's take a look. This Nova is an LRM-40 carrier, along with an SRM-6, I think just the one, but I might have put two in there. Not just the one. Okay. Pretty good heat efficiency. Yeah, so let's run the Nova. We don't want to run any heavy mechs. It's supposed to be part of the challenge at this point. We really would have only had lights and mediums, so that's what I'm trying to stick with. And we'll run the two Javelin 10Fs. So let's see, which one of you ran in the Nova? That would look to be, okay, Bronzite in the Nova. And we have a couple who should be good with Javelins. Wraith, maybe? Nope, he's been running the Ostrok since day one. Skyros, nope, Wonder 2 and the Firestarter, Axeman only. Okay, so we might have lost our pilot affinities over time. It might work like that, I'm really not sure. So let's just throw a couple good pilots in here. I want, well, I want Battlelord. Really get no benefit here from the Precision Master, so Barn Owl is not necessarily a good pick. Let's take Announcer, because of the, well, the Lightfoot really isn't the best, but Invisible Target very much is. Help keep us alive out there. And let's take McWraith as well. So we're dropping in these four mechs, the Hunchback, the new Hunchback Nova, which is an LRM carrier, and two Fire Javelins outfitted with varying levels of smalls and medium lasers. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so we've dropped in. Welcome to Xylus Commander. It's every bit as charming as you'd expect. A pirate-occupied moon to be, which probably not very much. So radar stations ahead. We need to take out fences so Dr. Murad can move in. Okay. There's the definitely not Argo right there. Very nice art, I must say. We're a little bit in conflict here with our actual game state because, of course, starting with BTA 3062, You do have the Argo from day one, unless I believe you can choose not to. That might be rogue tech, so I'm not entirely clear on that. But you know, we already have the thing that we're supposedly trying to get. It's a little bit shaky accuracy for me. At the moment, we are at, well, long range here, long range there. It's not an extreme, but I don't think we have to worry about taking down that tower quite yet at the moment. Let's go ahead and move up the fire javelin. Well, one of them anyway. These will burn a little bit hot in the moon biome. Along with desert, there are penalties to the heat loss. So yeah, it's actually more severe here. We'll only sink 65% of normal heat. This can be gotten around with things like heat banks, but you know, it's a trade-off. I do like the fact, by the way, that ballistic and missile weapons, as well as jump jets, gain 30% more range because of the reduced gravity. That's a nice inclusion, beyond just the heat effects that makes this really feel a little bit unique, right? These battles will go a little bit differently than, say, wetlands or lowlands type biomes. So we have a vehicle moving up on the left, we have a vehicle moving up in the center, and we have this turret generator here that I would like to hit instead of having to take down the various turrets that we see scattered around the map. So how can I get a shot on that? If I sprint up to here.
No one else singing this. Wake up, you idiots! We've got company.
That might be Crimsible herself.
Giant battle mechs. We can't fight again.
Alright, so the pirates are a little bit panicked.
Any more objections? Good. Get out there and fight.
Okay, so if you take a look at this turret generator, 165 is actually reasonably tough. So we're gonna go, how much do we need, assuming everything hits? Well, 80 from the Gauss rifle, an additional 20 from each of these, so we would need at least 5 shots to hit from the rotary AC-2. We probably won't be able to take it down with this. We're gonna burn a little bit hot, as well as through a fair amount of our rotary AC-2 ammunition, but let's go ahead and try to take that down. We do hit with, it looks like we missed with 2 of the rotary AC-2s, so this thing still has 15 health left there. We do need to take that down as quickly as possible, so we're going to reserve just a little bit. I want their vehicles to move, if I can get them to. Doesn't look like I can. Okay, well, let's take a look at the Nova. This thing I do want pointed at those vehicles. So let's see. Let's take one of the javelins, and let's run right up, and we can shoot at that with the 3 medium lasers. It is a coin toss for each one, but we only need 1 of these medium lasers to hit. So let's go ahead and give that a try. And we come up tails 3 times in a row on a coin flip. Not exactly what we were hoping for. A little bit of light damage coming in from that Bulldog battle tank, but thankfully they didn't shoot one of the turrets that will hopefully soon be offline. This fire javelin only has 2 medium lasers, but it can get a little bit closer, so we're looking at 63% chances. Again, we only need 1. We do actually land them both that time. And that turret generator is down. So that's 1, 2, and 3 turrets offline. And now we can start focusing on these vehicles. We do need to hit the radar tower. I think both of them, but that can wait until we have guns off the field. Okay, let's look here. Bulldog battle tank, the SRM-6 is not nearly good enough to hit there. And we do have Artemis 4 ammunition on this guy. That's all we have, though, and we are potentially shooting 40 missiles per volley, which doesn't give us very much. We have 6 volleys with this. So I think we will actually just wait on that. Try to use the javelins when opposition is light, and try to use the Nova to step on things like tanks that do, take additional damage from, well, from melee type hits. So let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit again. I think that's the vehicle over on the right that has that 7 initiative. Yep, it's a striker coming in with some LRMs. 1 contact here with the Nova. Nothing we can't handle. And are they moving again at 5? They are. Shots coming into the Hunchback. And no joy. So, absolutely 0 contact with the Hunchback right there. Let's see what we can do. We can't kick them with these guys. So let's move up the Hunchback at a sprint. And he is burning a little bit hot when we really run that rotary AC2. But my hope is, take a look at this Bulldog battle tank. Well, it is the more deadly, I think, of our current options. And let's run this rotary AC2 down to 1. Well, that won't be enough to get through it, really, but that is okay. We do need to cool off just a little bit here. And we will come in with the Gauss rifle and the rotary AC2. We only land the Gauss, it looks like. And let's see where we hit. So we hit on that left-hand side. Now what we can do is we can take this fire javelin, and let's come up right up here on the side. I think we may as well use a precise strike at this point. And what we need to do is we need to get 60 damage through on that side. We're cooking a little bit to do this, but I think it's our only chance of really getting all the way through it, which we don't quite manage. That damage does scatter a bit more than I'd like. Most of it going into the front, so almost ripping through that front armor there. And now if we take another side angle shot, a little bit farther away, a little bit worse accuracy with those small lasers, we should be able to bore through either the front or the side without too much difficulty. And that Bulldog goes down. Okay, this feels like we're back to the early days of this campaign where we're scrabbling for every bit of damage we can get. Let's come up here to sprint. And wow, I mean, the LRM-20s are so much more accurate than even the SRM-6 at this close range. Because of that Artemis 4 bonuses, we're ignoring all of these evasion pips with those guns. But we will precise strike just to try to bore through even that little bit extra. And let's see, we get maximum 80 damage from one of these LRM-20s, so if all of it hits in one spot, that would get through, but it's clearly not going to. So let's just unload with everything, judge based on that. We probably didn't have to fire the second LRM-20. We probably could have saved a little bit of ammunition with that. Though I will be looking at that build after this. I like that build with the Artemis 4 ammo, but we are a little bit light on ammunition for my tastes. So let's come up here. We're trying to go in after that Striker Mark 1. This will cook us, so let's turn off the small lasers and only fire with those mediums. We're still building a little bit of heat, but nothing we can't handle for the moment. So, alright, most of that, all of it went into the right-hand side. Not exactly what I was hoping for, given our, well, forward-firing position from this one. Javelin's at least considered a frontal arc. And let's go ahead and slow you down. I'm doing this to try and get the Javelins moving first in the next turn. Nice smattering of damage there. But unfortunately, I mean, we're scattering instead of boring through. We'll move up nice and slow with the Hunchback. And let's take a look in here at this radar station. 240 health. This almost feels like a waste of our, particularly our rotary AC2 ammunition, particularly with this relatively poor accuracy here. Looks like there's a height difference. It's a little bit annoying. Let's do a precision strike. We're building, we're building resolve very quickly. 23 resolve each round of combat. So we'll replenish this pretty soon, and it will make sure that we land all of those hits, which takes that radar station down to a little bit below half. And unfortunately, I think we are best served. Well, you know what? How far can we jump? We can jump right up here. That's pretty nice. I might be getting rid of some of those jump jets here in the future, but for right now, they're pretty nice. Oh, 127 strength on that thing, so let's see, this might be able to do it. And not quite, so we needed one more LRM to hit than we had available to us. Let's see, we can get a kick in. Can we get a kick in from that side? We can, and I will be firing as many of these small lasers as I can get. Looks like 2 of them only. Could be worse. Let's go with the kick. 45 damage to a single point. It's very nice. And we get some internal damage, but not enough. So let's kick here, and we'll turn off 2 of the small lasers. We should hopefully be able to, yep, go right through the front. I should have probably turned off more of the guns, but what's done is done. So we'll leave that for right now. And here's what we'll do. We'll take the Hunchback, we'll move him up again, just a little bit. And we do have 13 rounds with the Gauss rifle. I want to use this rotary AC-2 to really crit seek, I guess, with autocannons. So we'll fire the Clan Gauss. Bit of overkill. We only had 4 structure there left. Probably should have shot at the other one. But at least that tower is going down. It won't be a trouble to us anymore. We can jump back over. We don't want to use any more of our missile ammunition on this guy. So instead we're just going to brace. And we'll be using these javelins when they get within range to take down that second radar tower. For now, just going to sink a little bit of heat. Not the best heat sinking on these javelins, particularly with that steep 65% 65% efficiency imposed by the lunar biome. We will move up a little bit, and we can help out again with another Gauss rifle shot. Yep, 80 damage right to that tower. Would have been rather embarrassed if we'd missed. And let's get the Nova moving up as well. Again, not firing just to preserve our relatively limited LRM ammunition on that mech. I think the 1-ton Artemis 4 ammunition may carry fewer rounds, so we'll have to take a look at that after this mission. I do very much enjoy that mech as it stands right now, so we will keep it around. Burning a little hot for what we're getting, but let's go ahead and precision strike here. And if we're doing that, let's push closer to that red line. Fire everything we've got. That's a fair bit of damage there, so let's see, holding on with 31. Should be able to finish that this turn. Do I want to go all the way up here? Probably not. Let's stay down off of that rock. And we should be good just with these 3. 1, 2, 3. And the AA guns are down, so moving through decently well. Now we just have to get all the way to this crash site. The Hunchback is our slowest mech by far, so let's just keep him scooting up. The Nova can keep up at a walk with our Hunchback sprint, which is a little bit comical. But now, since we're out of combat, everything will be sprinting. And here's the trick with this: if you are playing on vanilla, or if you're playing this in BTA 3062, you need to get all 4 mechs into this zone, but you want them all to have maximum evasion when they do it, which means you have to keep them kind of close together, and you want everything to be going in at a sprint when you do finally get here, just to maximize your evasion pips, particularly in vanilla, when you will lose an evasion pip every time you're shot at. So let's go ahead and get 4 with the Hunchback. We'll be positioning him, I think, over on the right hand side, lining him up for better long range shots. We'll get the Nova up here to this rock as a bit of a hopeful flanker, sending the fire javelins just sort of right up the center for right now. So crash site is secure, and Sumeyer is moving up clear approach path to the derelict. Okay. I might turn down the game music just a little bit here. This theme music is a tad louder than what I'm used to with these regular missions. We do have contacts now. Okay.
Alright, people, you know what to do. Marines, clear the ship of pirates.
With pleasure, Dr. Murad.
That's something I gotta admit, I do wish we could see that, the house-to-house clearing, as it were. So let's just turn down the music volume. Just, I think right there should be good for right now. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so we have a 25-tonner, a 35-tonner, a 20-tonner, and 2 vehicles, a 25 and a 35-tonner vehicle. So we're going to play our usual reserving game here. I think we will still have to move first, which is a little bit unfortunate for us. But what we can do is we can take, I think, one of these... Nope, no sensor lock. Oh, that's a little bit... I should have assigned the pilots a little bit differently. We'll move up behind this rock. Hopefully this javelin won't be taking fire for right now. Let's see what they move. So there's a Commando 2D. 4 evasion pips is pretty high. Let's see what we can get with the Artemis 4. That's really, really excellent ammunition. If we sprint, we'll be within range of their guns, and it doesn't really help us out all that much. So I tell you what, let's test out this Nova's frontal firing capabilities. We will do a precise strike to boost the accuracy on the SRM-6, building very little heat despite firing our entire armament. And yeah, that is that will be a very effective light mech hunter, I think, in our future drops. Artemis 4 ammunition in particular is just meant to take out light mechs that, well, they survive off their evasion, but we ignore so much of their evasion that it's really not that effective of a strategy. So we'll move up with the Javelin 10F. Again, just no sensor lock on that mech, so unfortunately no benefit to that move other than positioning. And let's take the Hunchback forward. We can get a shot here, but it's not one that's worth taking unless we can see how much accuracy we can get with a precision strike, but I don't think it'll be enough. You know, that's not bad. Okay, so we'll take that. We'll move up to firing 3 with the rotary AC-2, hopefully just landing 1 or 2, but if we land that Clan Gauss to any single hit location, we should get a good effect here. I'm hoping for one of the torsos, but I'll take a leg as well, if we can. I forgot about the guarded doing a little bit of damage reduction. Let's see what we open up. We did open up a leg, and the small laser fire from our own javelins or a kick should be able to take that locust to the ground pretty effectively. So the Scorpion's moving up, firing into the javelin with some MGs, but no larger effect there. And we can come in with a melee, but that will get rid of most of our evasion. So what can we get a shot? Almost. We can almost get a rear shot on that 35-tonner mech. I'm not quite sure what that one is. Can we? No. So let's reserve. We have good evasion on everything except for the Hunchback, but that Hunchback has some very thick armor plating for a 50-ton medium. So the last 35-tonner is a Jenner. Light contact with their Javelin 10F. And I should have looked at... We'll look at using our jump jets on the Nova if we can. Maybe get a rear shot on that Jenner. Of course, the risk is we'll expose our back potentially to either the Locust if it's still alive or that 30-tonner vehicle, since this guy does move down at priority 6, which is not exactly ideal. Let's get Bombsquad moving up. And we're inside the min range if we move there with the rotary AC-2. That's a nice firing position, but we don't get much evasion. Let's take it. We will try to land some decent damage with this Gauss rifle setup, and we tear off an arm, it looks like. Pilot's bleeding out, 2 activations remaining. So that mech is on his way out. There's really no additional benefit from taking him out unless we can do so this turn. I mean, we'd be denying him the chance to fire twice, yes, but with double medium laser SRM-4, we might be better off taking some other things off the field, particularly if those other things aren't going to very soon be punching out or dying by necessity because they're bleeding out entirely. So we're gonna have to watch our heat here a little bit. Let's go in for a kick on that damaged leg. See if we can land it. We do. Right leg destroyed. And I'm hoping once, yeah, okay. Right arm, right torso. Unsettled that mech. We might punch out if we're lucky. Oh, and we actually just dealt enough health damage that that mech is now offline. Very nice. Oh, sorry for the zoom. That's Charger. I would go in for that. Tell you what though, we can come in here with a kick and get some very nice fire on that Scorpion. Let's do that now. Looks like that was probably to the front. And we do open up the front of that vehicle, but not quite enough to take it out. Actually, the front and the side, holding on at 2. If we'd gotten slightly different hit locations there, we'd be in the clear. But what we're going to do, we're going to move up, and we're going to only fire the SRM-6. And this should take out that Scorpion. Yep, very nice. So, you know, we've damaged the Jenner enough that it will go off the field.
The pirates have Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the doors to engineering, but you better hurry up.
Sergeant? Talk to me.
Okay, so that's how it was explained in the BTA. If you guys noticed there, the voiceover called it the Argo because the mod team probably doesn't have access to that file, or doesn't have a voice actor to replace that, which is understandable. So it looks like the change to the Sharia is just to explain why we already have one. Okay, that it looks like the side torso hit location. Very nice, structure exposed. But now that guy is moving, I think, or no, that's the Jenner. No, yeah, that is the Galleon. Fair amount of damage pinging into both our fire javelins here, so we will have to be careful about that. And can we punch here? That'd be hilarious. The Hunchback does have battle fists, so yeah, that's the additional damage there from the battle fists. Let's go for it. Why not? It's not every day we go in for a punch, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, we hit something that was exposed. Not enough to take that mech out, but he should die on his next activation, so I don't really care about that mech that much anymore. We will move up here, and let's cool down a little bit. Oop. Wrong button there. Turn off, well, that's not exactly cooling down. That is, though, and yeah, we just want to hit that front end once, which we do. So everything but the Jenner is taken offline. Very nice. And the Nova will come in here for a kick as well. We'll fire the SRM-6 because we have way more ammunition than we need, but that's all we'll fire. We do expose that leg, and that's a pilot ejection. So, killed. And we've hit 5 out of 7 of the pirate reinforcements.
Dr.
So,
Murad,
exiting
what's
combat.
happening in there? Come in, Doctor.
A little busy. The pirates are dead. But so are half of my engineers. It's an unholy mess in here. Bodies everywhere.
Can you get the ship flying again? I need an update.
Look, do you want me to talk or do you want me to fix the damn ship? You do your job, I'll do mine.
Yeah, not that bad voice acting, particularly from Dr. Murad. Darius, the meme that he is well, maybe a bit more flat, shall we say. But we're going to move these guys. I want good evasion or being blocked by this cover. Are we missing 2 reinforcements? Or do we just have to get closer? That's a little close. We might be a little bit glitched here, or it just needed additional time. Enemy contact. Grim Sybil. You think you're going to steal my ship, you miserable little scrub? Nobody steals from Grim Sybil. I'm going to carve you like a roasted pig. Not bad. And that is definitely not the standard quick draw that the base game mission has. So, ooh, that's a Corsair. Wow, binary laser and 6 light rifles. That's a fair amount of ammunition, plus there's a Shadowhawk defending him as well. But we move 3 mechs at 8, and I can get behind you. Unfortunately, I don't think it's worth it because of that group of 8 evasion pips here, so let's go ahead and reserve down. We still will be able to get around behind that mech unless he hides in a corner. Shadowhawk's jumping, taking aim at our javelin, but missing his full armament. You have to be more worried about that whole array of light rifles. Even with bad accuracy, you take enough chances you're going to hit something. Okay, only firing the binary laser and missing. Which is very nice, because that binary laser would be able to basically single-handedly destroy a component, well, no. Or through the armor, at least. It would be able to take off that damaged right arm if it had tried. So we're going to do this. We're going to see how much damage we can do with one volley of our clan Nova. Right to the rear arm, Corsair. Not enough to take it down. I am impressed, so... Oh, that's a lot of internal structure. That's why. Wow. Corsair, rugged, of course. But we don't have to bore through it necessarily. We can look for crits. So if you look at that left torso, too many heat sinks, binary laser, core, standard engine. Okay, so we'll kill a lot of heat sinks with this, but it might not get us all the way where we want to go. Let's go ahead and move the javelin. And precision strike again to slow things down. Or we could battle lord, but I think that'll push our red line, given our reduced heat sinking. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay, let's go in. Let's really pile on to this guy as much as we possibly can. I do still want at least 3 evasion pips just to save us from completely dying here. And let's turn on the medium, let's turn on the small. This is why we avoided cooking in the first place. And yet another precision strike. Let's see if we can bore through something in that
No! This moon is mine! You can't...
Well, there goes Grim Sybil. Looks like we got enough engine crits to be able to take that thing down, and now we just have the Shadowhawk. So moving only gets us 1 evasion pip, which is actually really horrible. Let's just stand here. I mean, if we move... Yeah, no. Okay, that's a good compromise. We got our evasion pip. We don't drop our rotary AC2 accuracy. Now let's do this precision strike. Let's see what this looks like from the front on something like a Shadowhawk. Yeah, okay, so I don't think we're carrying enough firepower here to justify this sort of build in any sort of serious, high difficulty mission. But let's just go in, fire it again, why not? Yeah, so the Clan Gauss does take out, I think, just the arm. Yep, torso's still online. And he's moving at 5, so let's go ahead over here to 6. We'll use our jump jets on Nova. Hop over right behind him. And let loose. That's Shadowhawk down, and that'll be the mission. Thank you guys for hanging around. I might include, if it shows it, the story after this, but I'm not sure if it will or not. So just hold on, and if not, see you guys in the next episode. Oh. Yeah, okay. I did that a little bit hastily. We do have to get to evac, which should be nice and quick. I guess this is as fine a time as any to say, if you're still hanging out at this point, I would really appreciate, even before anything like a like or a subscription like most people ask for, just watch some of the other stuff. It's more like this, so if you like this, you'll probably like the other videos on here as well. Okay, there's evac. Very nice.
Mission successful.
bad payout. 1.12 million. No real damage to us. And we do get 3 salvage as well, so I'm tempted to take those Corsair parts. Usually already a Franken Mac. Huh. 6 light rifles, 3 to an arm. Binary laser cannon. Well, is there anything else worth taking? I'd say no. So let's take the 3 Corsair parts. Maybe they're compatible with something, maybe they're not. If they're not, we'll just sell it. That'll be our cash. We did pick up a couple engine cores, so that's a little bit more cash as well. Very nice. BTA loot cash. We get an additional 350,000 C-bills. The Arrow 4. Ooh. Corsair 3X, so a different version than the one that we killed. Okay, if the normal Corsair is 95 tons, the one that we killed is 75 tons. It kind of makes sense. We can take 3 of the pieces from it, cobble it together, and make a 55-ton mech. That's actually pretty thematic. I very much like that. Let's see. Paralight autocannon 5s, medium lasers. Karitan source red stolen MRM-20. Light fusion engine, composite structure. Okay. I mean, could be fun. We can maybe do something with that. Probably not, but we'll see. Ooh.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Sharia. I know what space looks like. Okay. So really that will be that now. Thank you guys for hanging around.